Sir, and our small scale minister, C.C. Patil, sir. We also have with us Sringeri MLA Jivraj, sir. I invite you to join us on stage, please.
ಅಯ್ಯವ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳರಾಳಿದ ನಾಡೆ ಕಂಕಣ ಜಗಳ ಸರ್ವ ಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ನೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಗಳ
We also have the 24 Accelerator Bangalore participants, along with many ecosystem supporters, enablers, and champions of women entrepreneurship in the room here today. I extend a warm welcome to all of you. I now request all the dignitaries on stage to proceed to the lamp lighting ceremony. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಬಿ ಸೀಟೆಡ್. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಕಾಣಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಸನ್ಮಾನಗೊಳಿಸಲು ನಾನು FKCCI ತಂಡವನ್ನು ವಿನಂತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. SSI ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಶ್ರೀ CC ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ, ಅವರ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಜೀವರಾಜ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇವತ್ತು. CM ಅವರ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ರೆಟರಿ ಜೀವರಾಜ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸನ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಲು ನಾನು ಕೋರ್ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಉಬುಂಟು ಅವರ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. FKCCI has been a key partner for us in this initiative. Many women entrepreneurs FKCCI's ambition to ensure that this initiative impacts many women entrepreneurs has led us here today. I now invite the President of FKCCI, Sri.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ BS ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪರವರೇ, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆ ವಾರ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಇಲಾಖೆಯ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ CC ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಶ್ರೀ ಜೀವರಾಜ್ MLA ಅವರೇ, ಉಬಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ K ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ IAS ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಹಾಗೂ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ವಿನೋದ ಪ್ರಿಯಾ IAS ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು, ಕಿರು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಧ್ಯಮ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆ MSME ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ, ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯ ವೆಂಕಟರಾವ್ ಉಪನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಸಿಡ್ಬಿ, FKCನ ಹಿರಿಯ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ CA ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ IS ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಮತ್ತು ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ BV ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ ಅವರೇ, ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮದನ್ ಪಡ್ಕೀರವರೇ, M ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಾಹಕ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮತ್ತು ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಬಾಲಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಉಬಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿದ್ದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳೇ, FKC ಸದಸ್ಯರೇ, ಮಾಜಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರುಗಳೇ ಮತ್ತು ಕಾರ್ಯಕಾರಿ ಸಮಿತಿ ಸದಸ್ಯರೇ, ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ತಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿದಂತೆ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 8ರಂದು ವಿಶ್ವಾದ್ಯಂತ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಆಚರಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆದಿರುವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮರಿಗೂ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯವನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇಂದಿನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ನಿನ್ನಷ್ಟೇ ಸುಮಾರು 2,46,207 ಕೋಟಿ ಗಾತ್ರದ ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್ ಮಂಡಿಸಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಸುಮಾರು 37,188 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಳು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಮೀಸಲಿಟ್ಟ BS ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಭಾಗ್ಯ. ಈ ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್ ಅಧಿವೇಶನ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಸಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ತುಂಬು ಹೃದಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಮೂಲ್ಯವಾದ ಸಮಯ ನೀಡಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ್ದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಮತ್ತು ವಾರ್ತಾ ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಸಿ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಸಹ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಸಾಂಕ್ರಾಮಿಕ ರೋಗ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾತ್ರವನ್ನು ಅವಿಸ್ಮರಿಸಿ ನೆನೆಸುವ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಸಮರ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಮುಂಚೂಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಕೆಲಸಗಾರರು, ವೈದ್ಯರು, ಆರೈಕೆದಾರರು, ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರು, ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಕರೋನಾ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೇವೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಿರುವ ಅವಿಸ್ಮರಣೀಯವಾಗಿದ್ದು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ ಮೂಲಕ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಈ ಸಭೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮದಾರರಲ್ಲಿ ಟಾಪ್ 50 ಜಾಗತಿಕ ನಗರ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು 40ನೇ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು, ದೇಶದ ಸುಮಾರು 14% ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಂದ ನಡೆಸಲ್ಪಡುತ್ತಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಾಧಕರು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಉನ್ನತಿ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಹಾಗೂ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ನೀಡುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮಂಡಿಸಿದ ಅವ್ಯವಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ದೀರ್ಘ ಬೇಡಿಕೆಯ ಕರ ಸಮಾಧಾನ ಯೋಜನೆ ಮಂಜೂರು ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಇದು ಸಂತೋಷವಾದ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಇದು GST ಪೂರ್ವಕ ತೆರಿಗೆಗಳ ವಿವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊನೆಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಇತರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಜವಳಿ ಪಾರ್ಕ್, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್, ಬಲ್ಕ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ಗಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಫುಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಲು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಜೆಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ವಲಯವನ್ನು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸಿದೆ. ಈ ಯೋಜನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮೆದಾರರು ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ತಮ್ಮ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸಲು ಸೇವಾ ವಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ನಿಗಮ ಹಾಗೂ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಹಣಕಾಸು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮೂಲಕ 2 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿವರೆಗೂ ಶೇಕಡ 4% ರಿಯಾಯಿತಿ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯವನ್ನು ಘೋಷಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸ್ವಸಹಾಯ ಸಂಘಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ತಯಾರಿಸಿದ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳು ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆ ಒದಗಿಸಲು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಕೇಂದ್ರಗಳು ಮಾಡುವಂತೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯೋದ್ಯಮಿ ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸಲು 5 ಕೋಟಿ ವೆಚ್ಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ವುಮನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಎಂಬ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಜಾರಿಗೆ ತಂದಿದ್ದು, ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ FKCCI ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಂಘಗಳಿಗೆ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ FKCCI ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಮತ್ತು ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಹಣಕಾಸು ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಪರಿಗಣಿಸಿ ವೇಗವರ್ತನೆ, ಬೆಂಬಲ, ಜಾಗೃತಿ, ಸಂಪರ್ಕ, ಆಪ್ತ ಸಲಹೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಹಾರೋಹಳ್ಳಿ, ಗುಲ್ಬರ್ಗ, ಧಾರವಾಡ, ಮೈಸೂರು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ನಿವೇಶನ ಹಂಚಿಕೆ ದರಗಳನ್ನು ನಿಗದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು, ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ನಿಗದಿ ಮಾಡಿದ ದರ ಕೊಡಲು ಆಸಕ್ತರಾಗಿದ್ದು, ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಗಮನ ಹರಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು, ಪರಿಹಾರ ಒದಗಿಸಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. FKCCIನಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಬಸ್ಪೇಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ತಮ್ಮ ಅಮೃತ ಹಸ್ತದಿಂದ ಶಂಕುಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ನೆರವೇರಿದ್ದು, ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರವೇರಿದ್ದು FKCCI MB ಸಂಶೋಧನಾ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಹಾಗೂ ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವ ಕೃಷಿ ಆಧಾರಿತ ಆಹಾರ ಸಂಸ್ಕರಣಾ ವಾಸ್ತು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಸರ್ಕಾರವು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕೆಂದು ಕೇಳಿಕೊಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 9 ಲಕ್ಷ ಮಹಿಳೆಯ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂದು ತಿಳಿಸಲು ಬಯಸುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದು ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಕೇಲಪ್ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೇಲಪ್ ಎಕ್ಸಲೇಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ FKCCI, ಉಬಂಟು ಮತ್ತು ಗೇಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಹಹೊಂದಿಕೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Senior Vice President Dr. C.A. I.S. Prasad has been instrumental in this initiative. May I now request the Chief Minister to felicitate him with a small token of appreciation. Ratnaprabha ma'am has been a champion of women entrepreneurship in not just the state but the country. Ma'am, may I please request you to share a few words?
ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಜನಪ್ರಿಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಆದ ಶ್ರೀ ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪನವರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಣ್ಣ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆ ವಾರ್ತಾ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸಂಪರ್ಕ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ಎಸ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರೇ, ಸಮಯ ಅಭಾವದಿಂದ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೆಸರು ಇವತ್ತು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಸಮ್ 5 minutes. But I welcome all the dignitaries on the dais, my Ubuntu founders, Ubuntu members, and all the associations and the press, the men and the women who are present here today. Sir, ಇವತ್ತು ತಮಗೆ ಸಮಯ ಅಭಾವ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, 1975 ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸರ್, March 8. ಆವಾಗಲೂ ಬಹುಶಃ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಮಾರ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನೋತ್ಸವ ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಮಾರ್ಚಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮಯ ಅಭಾವ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಸೇ 2015 ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಮಯ ಅಭಾವ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ ಸಹ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ 10 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು, 9:15 ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಸರ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟಿಲ್ 10:30 ಇಫ್ ಯು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್, ಸೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಎಂಥೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಿಮೆನ್. ಸೊ ಇವತ್ತು ಸಹ it's unfortunately for us, March 8 is Women's Day, March will be budget. We have to work together and I'm very happy that the chief ministers have taken time. Sir, ಈಗ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಪುನಃ ಅದು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. You gave us a beautiful women-centric budget, beautiful budget. And I request all the women to stand up and give him a very big standing ovation, because please clap very, very loud. And I request Jyoti Balkrishnan, Secretary of Ubuntu, to hand over a bouquet on behalf of all the women entrepreneurs, all the women of Karnataka. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೊಕೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸರ್, 2018 ನಾನು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆವಾಗಲಿರೋ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗೆ, ಆ ನಂತರ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಆವಾಗಲೂ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಆ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ವರ್ಷ 2018 2021 ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 3 years ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಟಿವ್ budget, for which I am very personally very happy, because it was a dream which I was pushing as Chief Secretary. I couldn't get it done, but our dear Chief Minister could do it later on. Sir, time is very short. ಈಗ ಉಬುಂಟು ಕಾನ್ಸೋರ್ಷಿಯಂ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎರಡು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂತಿದೆ. ತಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ನಮ್ಮ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ 26 ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟು ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಂಧ್ರನಿಂದ, ತೆಲಂಗಾಣನಿಂದ, ಮಧ್ಯಪ್ರದೇಶನಿಂದ, ಡೆಲ್ಲಿನಿಂದ, ಬಾಂಬೆನಿಂದ, ಗೋವಾನಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮಗೆ ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಮಂತ್ರಿಯವರು ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆತ್ಮನಿರ್ಭರ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅವರು ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ತಾವು ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. 5 ಕೋಟಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆ ಬಜೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಉಬುಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಗೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ, 30 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಾವು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ತುಂಬ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಬಂದಾಗ UNDP, ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್, ಯುನಿಸೆಫ್ ಇಂಥ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಸ್ಯಾಲ್ರಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದು ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ, ಗ್ರಾಮಾಂತರ ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಸೇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಂತಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಇಡೀ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಮೀರಿ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ತಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಗೇಮು ಮತ್ತು FKCCI ವತಿನಿಂದ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಫೈನಲಿ ಸರ್, ಇವತ್ತು ಒಂದು ವೆರಿ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೇ ಸಮ್ ಮಿರಕಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸರ್. ತಾವು ಗಮನಿಸಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನೀವು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದರೆ ಬರೀ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ಸಹ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಸಲ ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮಿರಕಲ್ ದಟ್ FKCCI ಮತ್ತು ಉಬುಂಟು ಮತ್ತು ಗೇಮ್ 3 ಜನರು ಸೇರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತು ಗಂಡು ಸೇರಿದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸಮಾಜದು ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದು FKCCI ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟು ಮತ್ತು ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ನಮಗೆ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ತಮಗೆ ಇನ್ವೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹ ಅವರು ತುಂಬ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಸಹ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸರ್, ವಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಇನ್ ದ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಫಾರ್ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಸರ್. ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಹಾರೋಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾರ್ಕು 4 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರದ್ದು ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿದೆ. ತಾವು ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಇಟ್. ಪ್ರತಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಪಾರ್ಕ್, ಒಂದು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ರೆಡಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಬೇಡ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ಶೆಡ್ ಏನಾದರೂ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಅವರು ಪದಾರ್ಥಗಳು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿ ಇವತ್ತು ತಾವು ಬಂದಿರೋದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ಬಲ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ತಮ್ಮ ಅವಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಸರ್. ಈಗ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಅವರು 50% ಅಲಾಟ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ಸೆಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತುಂಬ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲೀಪ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ನಾವು ಉಬುಂಟು ಮುಖಾಂತರ ತಾವು ನಮಗೆ ಸಹಕಾರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಭರವಸೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು ಮಾತು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Thank you, ma'am. May I please request Shri Madan Padki to set context of the launch, please.
Thank you. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಿಗೆ, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ CC ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ, and to all my friends on the dais. Time is short, I'll keep it very brief. It's an honor to be here with FKCCI, Ubuntu and all of you. My thoughts go to a wonderful lady in 1930 called Subbamma. ಸುಬ್ಬಮ್ಮನ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಬಸವನಗುಡಿಲಿದೆ, 75 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ರೂ. ಸುಬ್ಬಮ್ಮನವರು, she came as a widowed mother of 3 to Bangalore from Hindupur, searching for a livelihood in 1930, and she knew only one thing, how to make fantastic fried stuff. So ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹುರ್ಗಾಳು ಬೇಯಿಸಿ ಅದು ಮಾಡಿ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ, somebody called advocate ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನರ್ಸು saw her and said, ನಿಮಗೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಮನೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ. ಅದೇ ಅಂಗಡಿಲಿ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನಾವು ಸುಬ್ಬಮ್ಮಾಸ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ರನ್ ದಟ್ ಶಾಪ್. ಇವಾಗೂ ಹೋದರೆ ನೀವು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಕಾಯಬೇಕಾದ ಸುಬ್ಬಮ್ಮ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ. Very, very inspiring, and I think that there are thousands of Subbammas in the state, in the country, who are waiting for Advocate Lakshmi Narsu's support. And the idea is that if we have to have 50,000 women entrepreneurs, the Subbammas of our state, rise to the horizons, all of us need to be Advocate Lakshmi Narsus. What can each one of us do? Can financial institutions create a specific financial product for women entrepreneurs? Can educational institutions teach our young women how to become entrepreneurs instead of seeking jobs at home? Can each of our families, can each of our societies applaud all the women entrepreneurs and the power to say, yes, you can do it, right? Of course, sir, from the government, there is a huge amount of support that you're providing, and we'll continue to provide. How do we then leverage the government support and use industry associations like FKCCI, consortiums like Ubuntu, TIE Bangalore, to provide mentoring, to provide peer networking? That is the vision of GAME. GAME was formed to create an alliance. We are an ecosystem catalyst. Our job is to bring everybody together and make sure that entrepreneurship in the country rises. Global Alliance for Mass Entrepreneurship annodadike. And it is a fantastic thing to see our dream in Bangalore coming true. We started off first by saying, let's start with Accelerate Bangalore. Women entrepreneurs, we have 24 fantastic women entrepreneurs who are on a path to grow, to scale, and to create more jobs. We believe that by learning and by working together in Bangalore, We want to take this to every district and every taluka of Karnataka and make sure that every Subama who's out there can grow, her family can feel proud, her society can feel proud, and she can create 100 jobs each. Right? And that is the vision, sir. So we really thank you for your support. And launch of Accelerator Bangalore is the first step towards the journey to create 50,000 entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs who can grow in the state. And rightfully, Karnataka will claim its #1 spot as a model state for women entrepreneurship in the country. Thank you for your support, and we look forward to working with all of you. And let's all work together. Let's get set and grow. Thank you.
Madan, may I now please request all the XBNs to get on stage? I now request our Honorable Chief Minister to launch the initiative, Accelerating to New Horizons, Hosa Digantadatta Nuginade. May we please see the countdown video, please? Ubuntu has been a key partner for us in this entire journey, and despite the COVID situation, have been of great support to women entrepreneurs. May I also now request the Journey of Ubuntu magazine to be released. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. May I now please request Geeta Krishnan, one of the participants at the XP, to facilitate a small pledge that all the women entrepreneurs on stage will take now. Quickly. All the women entrepreneurs in the audience, please feel free to join in with Geeta.
We commit our efforts to grow and scale our enterprises. In this process of growing, we will lead fearlessly by example and inspire more women entrepreneurs to embark on this growth journey. Together, we will do more, be more, and achieve more. Get set, grow.
Thank you, Geeta. May I now request all the experts to take their place? Thank you.
ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಚಿವರಾದಂಥ ಸಿ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ರೇ, FKCCI ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಎಂ ಸುಂದರ್ ಅವರೇ, ಹಿರಿಯ ಉಪಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ IS ಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ಅವರೇ, ಉಂಬುಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಕೆ ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಅವರೇ, ಗೇಮ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಶ್ರೀ ಮದನ್ ಪದಕಿ ಅವರೇ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ ಜೀವರಾಜ್ ಅವರೇ, ಶ್ರೀ ಸತ್ಯ ವೆಂಕಟರಾವ್ ಅವರೇ, ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳೇ, FKCCI ಸದಸ್ಯರುಗಳೇ, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಮಹಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಮತ್ತು ಉಂಬುಂಟು ವತಿಯಿಂದ 50,000 ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹಿಸುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸಿಲರೇಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಳ್ಳಲು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಅನಿಸಿದೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯ ಹಾಗೂ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು GDP ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಪಾತ್ರ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ಅಂದೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 8ರಂದು ಮುಂಗಡ ಪತ್ರ ಮಂಡಿಸುವ ಅವಕಾಶ ನನಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕದಂಥದ್ದು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣ ಮತ್ತು ಅಭ್ಯುದಯಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಶೇಷವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಘೋಷಿಸಲು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಬಾರಿಯ ವಿಶೇಷತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆದ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂಥ ಬಡ್ಜೆಟ್. ಸುಮಾರು 37,188 ಕೋಟಿ ಅನುದಾನವನ್ನು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಒದಗಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲಾಖೆಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಅನುದಾನ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಸಂತೋಷ ಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯೋದ್ಯಮಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಂಬಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ 5 ಕೋಟಿ ವೆಚ್ಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲಿವೇಟ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೆನ್ಯೂರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹ ಉದ್ದೇಶದಿಂದ KSFC ಮಹಿಳಾ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ನಿಗಮದ ಮೂಲಕ 2 ಕೋಟಿವರೆಗೆ ಶೇಕಡ 4 ಬಡ್ಡಿ ರಿಯಾಯಿತಿ ಬಡ್ಡಿ ದರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಲ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಒದಗಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಘೋಷಣೆಯನ್ನು ಸಹ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಸಂಜೀವಿನಿ ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿಯ ಗ್ರಾಮೀಣ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸ್ವಸಹಾಯ ಸಂಘಗಳಿಗೆ 6,000 ಸಣ್ಣ ಉದ್ಯಮ ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆಗೆ ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ರಾಜ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಬೆಂಬಲ ನೀಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಡಿ 60,000 ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ನಡೆಸುವ ಸಣ್ಣ ಉದ್ಯಮಗಳಿಗೆ ತಾಂತ್ರಿಕ ನೆರವನ್ನು ನೀಡಲು ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದರಿಂದ 2,260 ಕಿರು ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ 25,000 ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ನೀಡಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸ್ವಸಹಾಯ ಸಂಘಗಳು ಹಾಗೂ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ತಯಾರಿಸುವ ಉತ್ಪನ್ನಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆ ಒದಗಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿಭಾಗ ಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾರ್ಷಿಕ ಮೇಳ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿ ಈ ಮಾರುಕಟ್ಟೆ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಒದಗಿಸಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಉದ್ಯಮದ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರಿಗೆ 30 ಕೋಟಿ ವೆಚ್ಚದಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಯಿತಿ ದರದಲ್ಲಿ BMTC ಬಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ನೀಡುವ ಜನತಾ ಸಂಗಾತಿ ವನಿತಾ ಸಂಗಾತಿ ಯೋಜನೆಗೆ ಚಾಲನೆ ನೀಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಮತ್ತು ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಆಯವ್ಯಯ ರೂಪಿಸುವಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂಚೂಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಈ ಉಪಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ FKCCI ಮತ್ತು ಉಂಬುಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಕೈಜೋಡಿಸಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ವಾಗತಾರ್ಹ ಸಂಗತಿ. ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮುಂದಿನ 3 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಾದ್ಯಂತ 50,000 ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರ ಆರ್ಥಿಕ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ವಹಿವಾಟಿನ ಉತ್ತೇಜನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ರೂಪಿಸುವ ಯೋಜನೆ ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಶ್ಲಾಘನೀಯವಾದಂಥದ್ದು. ಕಳೆದ 5 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಗಳನ್ನು ಉತ್ತೇಜಿಸುವ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರಮಿಸಿರುವ FKCC ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಪೆರಿಕಲ್ ಎಂ ಸುಂದರ್, ಉಂಬಂಟು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದಂಥ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಕೆ ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಹಾಗೂ ಗೇಮ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ಮದನ್ ಪದಕಿ ಇವರನ್ನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. FKCC ಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಸಹಕಾರ ನೀಡಲಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭರವಸೆ ನೀಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ವಾಣಿಜ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಾರಿಕಾ ಮಹಾಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ಉಂಬಂಟು ಮತ್ತು ಗೇಮ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುವ ಮನವಿ ನನ್ನ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಈ ಕುರಿತು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ನಡೆಸಿ ನಾನು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭರವಸೆಯನ್ನು ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮಹಿಳಾ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ವಿಶೇಷ ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಕೋವಿಡ್-19 ಕರಿ ನೆರಳಿನಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವಿಧ ಹೊಣೆ ಹೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಈ ಸವಾಲನ್ನು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಎದುರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಕರೋನಾ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಆರ್ಥಿಕತೆಯ ಪುನಶ್ಚೇತನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಸಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಶ್ರಮಿಸಿದ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಪಾತ್ರ ಅವಿಸ್ಮರಣೀಯವಾದಂಥದ್ದು. ಕೃಷಿ, ಉದ್ಯಮ, ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ, ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನ, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ, ಬಾಹ್ಯಾಕಾಶ ಸೇರಿದಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ತಮ್ಮ ಛಾಪನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉತ್ತಮ ಸಮಾಜದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಅನನ್ಯ. ಇವರ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ಜಾಗತಿಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಮರಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಸುಸಂದರ್ಭ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಭಾವಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಸಮಾನತೆ ಮತ್ತು ತಾರತಮ್ಯ ರಹಿತ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಲು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಶ್ರಮಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಸೌಲಭ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಸದುಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಉದ್ಯಮ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರು ಸ್ವಾವಲಂಬಿಗಳಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ಗುಡಿ ಕೈಗಾರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಸವಲತ್ತುಗಳು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಅನುಕೂಲವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ರತ್ನಪ್ರಭಾ ಅವರು ಏನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಂಗತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಕಾರ್ಯರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ತರ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭರವಸೆಯನ್ನು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿರುವಂಥ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ವಿಧಾನಮಂಡಲದ ಅಧಿವೇಶನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಒಂದು ಸಬಲೀಕರಣದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಮುಗಿಸಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡುವಂಥ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳುವಂಥ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ವಿನಿಮಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೆ, ಉಂಬಂಟು, ಗೇಮ್ಸ್ ಹಾಗೂ FKCC ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಉದ್ಯಮಗಳ ಆಶಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಇಂಬು ನೀಡಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾರೈಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್, ಜೈ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ.
Dr. I. Prasad to do the vote of thanks.
I do not take much time. I would like to say that women has been sacrificed in the life long back to make men's life. It is time for all of us to make them better and better, empower them to become successful entrepreneurs. I take this opportunity to thank Honorable Chief Minister of Karnataka, who is always pioneer and promoting women entrepreneurs. We at FKC would like to set up incubation center for women entrepreneurs. Thank you, President Ratnaprabha Madam, my good friend Madan Padiki, and my President and CC Patil sir MSME for gracing the occasion. Kamala Harris, like Vice President of US, I want to immerse all women entrepreneurs to grow. And you start one step, we at FKCC and Game and Ubuntu will walk 100 steps to claim. Be a woman in incredible India, be a partner in national development. Thank you all.
ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ the presidents of various associations who have motivated their members and brought them for today's program. I could not speak much because CM had, very limited time. And I would like to thank first of all, my founder members, Srimati Rajya Lakshmi, she hasn't come today, the Vice President, Jyoti Balkrishnan, who's been our Secretary, Lata Girish, who's our Treasurer. Then we have Devaki, who's our Joint Secretary from Hubli. Then Sarvamangla from Gulbarga, and Gayatri from Mysore. See, when we founded the Ubuntu Consortium, Jyoti, come, I've been telling them about the consortium and talking about all of you. So this is Jyoti, our secretary, Ubuntu. Lata Girish, my secretary, and treasurer. And the masks were made by Devaki, our joint secretary. She did it in a hurry. It's not very good, but something we wanted to give to all the members. Before we start the technical session, I just wanted to tell you a few lines about Ubuntu Consortium. Ubuntu is a consortium of women entrepreneurs associations. There are several associations in Karnataka and rest of India, and we've brought all the associations on one platform so that the issues of women entrepreneurs can be taken more seriously by the stakeholders, whether it's government, state government, or the central government. And as you could see, the presence of all of you today had such an impact on the Chief Minister that he has assured that he would do everything for us. And while going out, he also told me, come back again, we'll do something for the women entrepreneurs. And I'd also like to announce today that we have requested the Honorable Prime Minister to come and address all the Ubuntu members. So this is the strength we gained by being together. Together we can. That is what we have proved. If an individual association like, say, Awake or a Vikas or a Vibe or a K-Lamp, if they were alone, they could not have reached up to the Chief Minister or the Prime Minister. But since we all got together, we could reach, our voices could reach the highest level. And not only our voices would reach, but we would also get the required and much needed recognition which the women entrepreneurs need. So that is the purpose of forming this Ubuntu Consortium. We have our own limitations. All the 8 founder members, including me and including you, all of you have your own businesses to run. I have my work and all of you have your businesses. But in spite of that, all of you spared your time to do something for other women. And that is the spirit of Ubuntu, that I can do something for the others. And I have a list of all the members which we have. One is Awake, Aleep, Emerge, Kelam, Kasia's Women Wing, Mave from Madhya Pradesh, Parampara from Belgavi, the Pinya Industries Association, The Power from Udupi, We Can, Craft from Bidar, Veda from Hubli, Vekas from Hubli, Vibe from Mysore, Kove from Bangalore, KCCI from Hubli, Sweda from Shimoga, Swakruta from Bangalore, BNI, Goa, CCI, AEU from, I don't know the place, maybe it's from Bangalore, Myra from Belgavi, Malur Industrial Association from Kolar, Maharashtra Chamber of Commerce, and FIVE from New Delhi. So we have 7 states, 12,000 members, and we need to grow, and we'll be almost reaching rest of the country. So before we start the technical session, I thought let us all repeat the spirit of Ubuntu, which normally in any event which I have time with all of you, I would like you all to repeat along with me so that we are all on the same plane. Please repeat along with me. I am because you are. I am because you are. You are because we all are. We all are because you all are. See, the Spirit says, I cannot live on my own without you. You cannot live on your own without me. So we all have to live together, be together, share each one's joy, success, and happiness. The world has space for everybody. World is very, very large, and it has space for each one of us. So we should be happy with the success of the other. The other should be sympathetic towards the pain of the other, and together we will grow. That is the spirit of Ubuntu, and thank you very much for all of you for being with us on WhatsApp. We don't see each other during the COVID times. We really tried to reach out to you whatever we could. We had a help desk. We had several webinars. We had several training programs. We had the online training program. And let me tell you one thing. The role of Ubuntu is to reach to the members of the associations. We don't directly reach people. Okay, primary members are associations to us. So I request the associations to be strong. Associations have to tell the members what Ubuntu is doing for them. Otherwise, what would happen is the members don't know what we are doing. So when some people call us and say, we want to be members of Ubuntu, so we say, no, you come through your association. Our aim is to strengthen the associations, not weaken the associations. We want the associations to be strong. We want associations to grow. We want associations to increase their numbers. And we will support the associations to help their members. So with this, I think we will start our technical session. Thank you for being with us, and let us meet again. Hopefully, if God willing, everything goes well, we'll all meet to meet the Prime Minister of India. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for always inspiring us with your words. Welcome back to the second session of the day. We have a panel discussion around how we're going to scale this program and what are the challenges around it. But before we start off that panel, I would like to invite the deputy managing director from SIDBI, who's joined us from all the way from Bombay. ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ರೆಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಸಾಕೆ, ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ರೆಕ್ಕೆಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಬಾನು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಬಾನಿನಂಥ ಅಗಲದಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಇಕೋಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಡ್ಬಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ವಿ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಯು ಹಿಯರ್ ಸರ್. May I please invite you on stage to share a few thoughts around the program.
Distinguished guests on the dais, distinguished participants, let me introduce myself for the benefit of all the participants here, that I am the Deputy Managing Director of SIDBI. SIDBI, as you must be knowing, is perceived largely to be a bank to meet the financing requirements of various enterprises at very small level, what we call as micro and small and medium enterprises. But when I'm standing here, I'm not inclined to speak too much on the financing part, because there are several financial players in the market who are addressing the access to the finance problem. But I would like to dwell upon the issues of promotion and development that the entrepreneurs require in this country. SIDBI has been set up as an institution with a mandate to promote and develop industry, to develop enterprises across the country. When we talk of promotion and development, it is not just after that they have been set up that schemes are there to scale up those companies or enterprises. The game starts much earlier in the sense, right from conceptualization of the project, even at the stage of formulation of the business plan, etc. SIDBI's role as a development institution is very much there. In fact, I can recall that several of the schemes that have been launched by the Government of India and by various governments, including the Government of Karnataka, have got several schemes which are implemented through SIDBI for the enterprises. I would not like to make a complete list of all those schemes, some of which have subsidies, some of which have other kind of components, etc. But suffice is at this point of time is to make people aware that whenever there is any requirement on the promotional and development front, SIDBI is there, and SIDBI will definitely come to the assistance of the enterprises. And I would like to take a couple of minutes more to say that the Reserve Bank of India has recently announced a program for cluster development envisaging support of around 2,000 crores, which is to be funded to the state government and state government bodies. SIDBI has already taken up this particular program with the governments, and we have got encouraging response from the state governments, which itself shows that there is a lot of interest for the development of the MSMEs. Apart from this, there is another initiative, perhaps, which would be of interest to those enterprises who are already in business. We have the TREDS platform on which the enterprises are allowed to onboard without payment of any fees. In fact, SIDBI is bearing the entire cost of onboarding, and this is met out of Solomon Crisis Responsive Fund. There are many other initiatives which SIDBI has got, and I would take this opportunity to request all of you to get in touch with SIDBI at our branch level. We have an office here, and we have offices throughout the country and branches at different locations. You can reach out, and we will do our best to promote entrepreneurship. And today's discussions and the remarks which I have seen for the last 1.5 hours gives me confidence and also the encouragement that the women entrepreneurs require, and we as an institution stand by it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. I would like to reintroduce Mr. Madan Padki. He's the co-founder at Game. He's a serial entrepreneur, enabler, and an inspiration to many entrepreneurs. ನನಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬರೋದೇ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಂತ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಆಬ್ಸಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿವಿಲೇಜ್, Madan, to have you with us today and also facilitate a very important conversation. I'd like to invite you and share a few thoughts about setting context, and then I'll introduce the guests.
Namaskara, welcome back, and it's indeed a special day for all of us at Game, Ubuntu, and FKCCI. This is a day that we've been dreaming of for almost a year or so, to see so many bright, young, old, energetic entrepreneurs, and each of us then sharing our thoughts on what we can do together. Delighted to have our co-panelists. Madam Ratnaprabha is really a force of nature, right? Unstoppable. It's amazing how every conversation with her within the second minute gets to action, right? Avalla bidi yen madbek next. That is it's really great to have you and Jyoti Avru and the entire Ubuntu team to support us. Again, Prasad has been a dear friend for several years. So when we started talking a couple of years ago, and when we got this opportunity to say, let's work together, I think without batting an eyelid, Sundar Avru and Prasad and the team said, FKCCI is here to support you, let's do this together. So delighted to be here. And of course, Professor Suresh needs no introduction. He's been, again, somebody who's very seeped into the entrepreneurial ecosystem for several years now at IIM Bangalore and NSR Cell, and running the 10,000 Women Entrepreneur Program. He's been a sounding board to us, a collaborator. So really look forward to working with IIMB and NSR Cell to figure out what we can do together. And we were really delighted to have Sri Satya Venkatrao join us. When Ramesh ji, our dear mentor and friend, told us that he's likely to come, I said, are you sure he's going to travel from Bombay in times like this to be with all of us? He said, yes, he will make it. So SIDBI is really the umbrella organization in our view for access to finance. And your words have been very encouraging. To set the context a bit, I'm just reminded of our childhood story that we used to hear. I'll repeat it, some of you may have heard it, but there were 4 people called, one person was called everybody, second one was called somebody, third one was called anybody, fourth one was called nobody, right? And there was a task to be done. Everybody thought somebody will do it. Actually, anybody could have done it, but nobody did it, right? Unfortunately, that is the status of affairs for anything that requires systemic change. Be it education, be it health, be it MSME, be it women entrepreneurship. Everybody is doing something, somebody is doing something, nobody is not doing anything, right? And anybody could be doing everything. But what's happening is these 4 people are not coming together to figure out who should do what. Right? And I think that is the crux that we need to solve for when we need to say that systemic problems or systemic issues like this, like women entrepreneurship has got, it's just not access to finance, it's just not education, it's just not a peer network, it is just not education, right? If all actors come together, then magic begins to start to happen. And that was what we wanted to prove at Accelerator Bangalore, right? We've been very fortunate to be mentored and supported and guided by a renowned professor of entrepreneurship in the world called Daniel Eisenberg. We stumbled onto Dan Eisenberg a couple of years ago. He was a professor at Harvard and then Babson's. And he's really built entrepreneurial ecosystem in several countries and cities across the world. He gave us only 3 mantras. 1, find entrepreneurs who are growing and help them to grow faster, right? So we need to see visible signs of growth in the economy around us. Right? Otherwise, nothing else has meaning. Secondly, as they start growing, celebrate the hell out of their success. In fact, he says in one town in Russia, the mayor had a large bell on top of his office. Whenever any entrepreneur in that town had a success story, it could be getting a new customer, hiring more people, the mayor would go to the top of the bell tower and ring the bell, saying that this entrepreneur has grown, and what started out by 1 bell ring in a week actually went on to become 10 bell rings in a day. And it is a very visible sign of success that, oh, entrepreneurs are growing in my town. Because as entrepreneurs grow, jobs will be created, government will get more taxes, the consumers will get better services, more entrepreneurs will get inspired. It's a flywheel. And the last thing he said was, as the celebration starts, and today is a celebration, more ecosystem actors will get together. I'm amazed by how many conversations I've had in the last 1 hour from people from Udupi, from Gulbarga, from Bidar, all of them saying, tell us what we can do. Now Udupi le en madbodu, now Gulbarga le en madbodu, right? The CM himself was so supportive to say that tell me what we can do, and that ecosystem coming together will spur more success stories, and it's a virtuous cycle, right? More entrepreneurs growing, more celebrations, more ecosystem actors getting involved, therefore more entrepreneurs will grow. What we are trying to prove at Accelerator Bangalore is, can we create such a flywheel? Can we create such a virtuous cycle, right? And we can definitely see signs of it happening already. Barely 2 months since we started the program, several of our entrepreneurs have reported wonderful success stories. And we are seeing, and today's celebration of ecosystem coming together is one such example. So I'm very, very confident that this experiment that we have begun will spread its wings and reach every taluka and district, not just in our state, but in every part of our country and globally as well. Because I think the next decade is the decade of the mass entrepreneur. It is not the tech entrepreneur, it is not the geeky entrepreneur alone. It is about each one of our businesses hiring, growing 20, 30, 40 people each, and our family standing and supporting each of us to say, so when I started off Meritrack in 2000, my parents refused to go to a social function for 2 years. They said, ಯಾವ ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಪ್ಪ ಮಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾನ ಅಂದರೆ MBA ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮನೇಲಿ ಕೂತಿಯಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಲಿ, what do you do, what are you doing? I didn't even know what I was doing, right? But today my mom is proudly posting on Facebook, I keep telling her, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡಿ ನೀವು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನನಗೇನಂತ ನೀನು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳೋನು ಅಂತ, right? It's wonderful to see parents of our entrepreneurs here, spouses of our entrepreneurs here, and that's the journey that we need to build. So in that context, we have another half an hour, which I wanted to just get thoughts from each one of you. Maybe I'll start with you, Professor, right? To give us the larger gyan and the view on, it's easy to say, let's bring the ecosystem together. What does it really take for the ecosystem to work together? You've been in the middle of this for several years now, right? So what is your ideal system that you envisage, and what will it take for us to get there? Yes, I think that.
It takes quite an effort to come out of campus. And I was just telling, I didn't realize how far this place was. It's just that one of those days I decided to go earlier because of the kind of prompts I was getting from y'all, saying that I said, okay, I should be here. So I started many years ago trying to set up enterprises for women because I saw that in Kenya when I did my master's there. So this was way back in 97. I think Ratnaprabha ma'am was in Vizag around the same time that I was trying to set up ventures there. Yeah. So you were at Weeps. I was there 97 to 2002 in Vizag. So quite the same. I think you were there. Okay. So I was trying to set up ventures for women, and I realized that it's really very hard to set up and run ventures. I was trying to set up rural ventures for women, saying that there are no wealth creating models for microfinance other than dairy. So, and then I realized that running a venture is seriously hard. Seriously hard, that I thought I will never do it. So I thought I'll do the next best, which is to do a PhD and teach people how to do ventures.
That's what we are doing.
So I said, look, that's far easier. It's easier to give gyan than to run around trying to sell, beat customers and all kinds of different customers, right? So whenever I meet entrepreneurs, I think what you guys are doing is amazing, seriously amazing, because it is against all odds, right? As Madan is saying, people don't believe you. Everybody believes you once you're successful. But the part to that point is when you need the most support, people are slightly ignoring you, say, what are you doing? Why are you doing all of this? So from there, after I did my PhD, I joined IIMB, and we tried doing a lot of entrepreneurial activities at that point of time on campus. And we were running women entrepreneurship programs every summer. So we had about 45 people in classroom once a year, and we did that for like over 10 years. Right? So that's about 400, 500 people. And now with technology at WSP, the current batch, we've had 12,000 people finish the online course, 300 people who are currently incubating, right? So I guess first thing we need to do is embrace technology. There's no way in which we can go ahead without embracing technology, because people are also very comfortable. We were quite agnostic about whether technology is going to work or not, but we didn't have a choice. But the kind of energies both Women's Startup Program and the current 10K program is showing, that it is indeed possible to create synergies between the participants, although they are distantly located through technology. So first of all, whatever we need to do, we need to embrace technology very rapidly. Right? And second, I guess networks like these, face-to-face interactions are very important, and we need to have more such places. Because what we realized is there are multiple barriers. There are financial barriers, there are legal compliances, there are venture level barriers, there are personal level barriers that all women have to go through in order to figure out, what should I be, where should I be giving my attention to? And the best source of the best source of learning is from the cohort itself. And that's what happened in events like these. The short paths between, I'm going to get you here, this person has solved your problem, right? That's one. Second, I think women have to also start being consumers and suppliers for each other's ventures. So if you are good at social media and somebody else is good at something else, you all need to really learn from each other, because that's the only way in which we're going to grow, right? So as a network, which means that GAME has to play a role, Ubuntu has to play a role, IIMB has to play a role, all of us has to play a role. We cannot be in silos anymore, because the time has come when the women entrepreneurs will have to be given their due, right? As Mao said, women hold half the sky, but you don't see that in the ventures, right? 2% of VC money goes to women, like really sad, right? So what I believe is that there are two paths that we can take. We can just give education as we are doing, and then see who's running, and then get Nike Air on them, get them Gatorade so that they can run faster, right? The other is to say that who are on the borderline and see if we could remove some of the barriers, right? So that they can also start to run faster. So, which means the role that we have is much harder than what Dan has imagined, right? Contextually, it's much, much more harder. It's not to just celebrate success, it is to remove barriers for others so that they could also start to run. I think we need both, and conversations are important, research is important, and I guess the learning content has to be important, right? So all of these things are important. The only thing I can say that is we are part of it, we would like to be part of it. The thing at IIMB is that at no point of time has any faculty said they will not teach a women entrepreneurship program. Right? So they always come and say that, why are you not asking me anymore? Because they feel that, so I guess all the stars are aligned. We just need a little bit of catalyst that we are going to be, and it's going to be on its own.
Thank you. That was very brilliantly said, and it'll be wonderful to have the power of IIM Bangalore behind this whole thing because of the sheer depth of experience and the own networks that you can bring to the stuff. So thank you. Let me bring in the next our Dr. Prasad, and delighted to share that he was conferred an honorary doctorate by the University of Tumkur a few days ago. So from a CA IS Prasad, he's now become CA Dr. IS Prasad.
Good morning. I think today is the very greatest day for all the women entrepreneurs. I would like to say that all of you have been sacrificed a lot to make the success of men. It's the time for us to make you grow and grow. It's a dream that when I met Ratnaprabha Madam, she is like a magnet. Drawn the inspiration, she said that when we want a skill development of 2 million with the game and other thing, she said that first step I want to make 50,000 women entrepreneurs. That made me to think twice. Then I said, Madan and everything, we have to do something. I'm here because of my mother who gave birth. I'm happy because of my wife, she is a woman. I'm very happy because of my daughters. And I'm very, very happy because of my grandchild daughter. So, make it happen, I think I take the clue from him. Why the woman has not able to venture into business, let us leave that point of time. A gist of it, I think Prime Minister has been announced that he has a vision of $5 trillion. We have $2.87 trillion now. McKinsey has given a report that by next 2025, if that $5 trillion has to reach, the woman has to make the beginning and to reach $800 billion. This is the vision of McKinsey report, which is factual report of India. The next thing is, once you make one step, I think Ratnaprabha Madam and game makes you 5 steps. We at FKCCA makes you to reach 100 steps. That is where the FKCCA can play. I think Krishnan said that the celebration is success, but we have to remove the barriers. All of you know that Prime Minister of India has been removing 6,000 compliances. One of the reasons where the women do not want to venture it, oh God, I can do the business, I can make the men happy, I can do the cooking, I can do everything, but who maintains accounts and everything? I'm being a chartered accountant. I think my Divya was secretary, we are 15,000 chartered accountants in Karnataka. There are company secretaries. I take this as a CSR, as a responsibility of a senior vice president of KCCA. Assure Madam, I'll bring all the chartered accountants, all the company secretaries, create a help desk at every district, and work with women too, because if we want to contribute something to the nation, if we want to contribute something, the power of CA, there are 1,000 women chartered accountants in Karnataka. I'll bring them to 4 because I worked as a President of State Association. I worked as a leader of the entire southern states. I assure you, I bring all the bankers, and I assure you that the women entrepreneurs under the aegis of Ubuntu, Ratnaprabha Madam, Jyoti Madam, Madan, you can see. What are the three challenges which I feel, Madan? Embrace the technology, the way the COVID brought, the way of living, the way of learning. I think the labor code which is coming, they removed all the barriers, working from home. How many women knows women entrepreneurs? There's outsourcing CFOs. You don't have to engage any CFOs. Come, we'll have a model along with Ubuntu and Game. We'll create a model where you just tell business, the outsourcing CFOs, outsourcing company secretaries will guide you how to meet your complaints of what the business class. Think a non-resident woman, Kamala Harris, become the Vice President of US. Nirmala Sitharaman aggressively work day and night, bring Atmanirbhar batch. First time in the history of India, when a woman can make the nation proud, why not each of the women entrepreneurs sitting here? You must work like what Nirmala Sitharaman works. You have to have vision. When my chief secretary, then chief secretary, could not do anything, but once she has come out, she realized that what she can make lot of difference in making the women entrepreneurs. The experience of I'll tell you, the experience of Chief Secretary Ratnaprabha Madam, next time we are going to see her as a member of parliament. I'm not making, and all of you should know that you are sitting in the venue in 1960s, a great person, Bharat Ratna Sir M. Visvesvaraya has founded this. We at FKCCI, along with my president, Parikal Sundar, the entire team, entire districts, my Umaradi is here, Jessica, Sashima, all Ruparan, all will see that the dream has to become reality. I am with Madan and I am with Ubuntu. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Prasad sir. I mean, it's especially with the deep network of FKCCI in every district, your chartered accountant network, and of course, you really have the ears of the government in the sense of what needs to be done. So it's a very valuable ally. Ma'am, let's get to you. I mean, if there's any entrepreneur amidst us who's really achieved the heights, it's her. Not easy moving from an IAS officer to a chief secretary, and then of course now the KSDA chairman, and Ubuntu as well. So you are truly the entrepreneur. Your journey has been completely entrepreneurial. I'd love to get your thoughts. And
how many minutes do we have? 2, 3
2 minutes,
yeah. So I think it's a wonderful day. Today is much more than we asked for. One thing is getting the chief minister. Then second thing is getting his ears to listen to what we have asked. Third thing is he's promised what he's going to do. Then in the lift also he has told us, please come back. Let us sit and let us do something. And the most important thing is, which I felt very happy, I hadn't shared with all of you. I was trying from last 4 months to get the Prime Minister to address our Ubuntu members, because so much energy has gone into formation of this whole consortium. And I felt that if the Prime Minister could address us online, it would be a great motivation for the women entrepreneurs all over the country, because if he's addressing, then everybody would join it. And the icing on the cake was when the Chief Minister told me that he will write to Prime Minister, recommending that he should address the Ubuntu entrepreneurs, which I feel that in a very short while we have reached such a level of respect and honor that is most important. And the bigger honor is FKCCI. Historical decision of FKCCI to support us. I always, in whichever seminar I've gone from the beginning of my service, I never criticized men. When you go to a Women's Day, people keep criticizing the men and they keep talking negative things which the women have to face in life. This is a world of survival of the fittest. So you can't criticize somebody who's more fitter than you for various reasons. You have to try to overcome all that and reach those levels. That's what I've been always positive and felt that without the support of men or women, we cannot come up in life. Now, coming to that, now accelerated to new horizons. I think professors here, game is here, FKCCI is a bank is there, Ubuntu members. I would like to just share my practical ideas, how to go about this 50,000 women entrepreneurs. Now, the first thing is, Madan was telling me a figure that we have 9 lakh women entrepreneurs. Are they really there? That is one thing which has come to my mind, because these are figures he said he has taken. If they are there, where are they? And why are we not able to reach out to them? Since professors here from IIM Bangalore, and they are the ones who are very good at research and surveys and things like that, can we quickly do a survey and find out where these women are, at what level they are, and how we can catch them? As you all know, I was instrumental in the industrial policy of 2014 and 19. And by the time we reached 2017, I was ACS by then. And I must have requested Mr. Deshpande, R.V. Deshpande, who was our industries minister. He was very supportive of Ubuntu. He has, sent us on foreign delegations. We should acknowledge that. Even the Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had sponsored 2 delegations of women to Orlando and what was the other? Orlando and D. What is the other? First one? Rati. Orlando and Austin. We went to Austin. Then later on, when I was ACS, we took a delegation to Brno, where we took the Gulbarga ladies. Probably it was a shock for them that the Chief Minister could approve such a program. So I used to request Sir, Mr. Deshpande, saying that, sir, we are now midway of our industrial policy. Can we do a survey and find out how the policy has reached, how many women it has reached, how many SCSTs it has reached, how many SMEs it has reached? You can give this survey to Kassia or to anybody within the industry, FKCCI, and they would be able to do it. But somehow that survey was never done. And when I look at the statistics, the other day, I think Shalini Rajneesh made a presentation in one of the events where she shared her presentation with me, which showed that Karnataka was number 4 in women entrepreneurs. And we had only some 8% of the women entrepreneurs, whereas some states like Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, they were all doing better than us. And we were some 4th or 5th. So I messaged to her, is your figure right? How can Karnataka be 4th or 5th? And how come we have covered only 5 to 6% or some 7%? It was a very short, small number. She said, yeah, it is true. So then I sent it to my Ubuntu founders group. And then we found that there was a mismatch. She was saying number 1 is Mangalore, and some other district was number 1. And there was no place for other places where we had figure of women entrepreneurs doing well. So I feel there is definitely a need to find out what are the number of women entrepreneurs in Bangalore, in Tier 2 cities and Tier 3 cities. The first thing is we should have the basic numbers in what sectors they are working, what is their turnover. Because if you have to go with game, and find out if game has to support, they need to know the turnover of the women entrepreneurs and to find out in what sectors the women are working. So how do we do the survey? Can we request government in this new whole accelerator program to give some money? We are not asking for crores of rupees. We don't want some big organization. I'm sure IIM Bangalore can come forward and do this sort of a thing. And if IIM Bangalore comes forward, government will not insist on a tender process because they are reputed. Because tender will take another 6 months, and some interested party will put his spoke in, and then it'll. So first need is to find out very quickly within next 3 months a research to find out in each district what they are, where they are, and if they are left out of the mainstream, whether we can quickly take them back into the mainstream. That is one very important thing. And then how to go about this 50,000, that is very important. We should all pitch for this Elevate Women Entrepreneurship Program. All. It should not go into the hands of any UNDP or any UNICEF or any World Bank assisted Asian Bank, some association which will just come and set up its program and take people with 2 lakh salaries, some consultants sitting there hiring some very high-fly women, high-five women or some men who just, do something, and at end of 3 years, give some figures. We want us, because our members are here. We have our associations. They are struggling. They are struggling for the members. They'll get the right figures. And also you have FKCCI, your field level district officers. I think we should take people who are at the ground, and the finances and the budgeting will be less. So first, take a survey quickly identify the sectors the women are in, and quickly, take up districts which are doing well. We have women, we have Hubli is doing well, Belgaum is doing well, Gulbarga is there, Udupi is there. We have our own people, Mysore. Quickly, Shimoga, wherever we have our team, and FKCCI has a strong team, quickly do it. And within 1 year, create an impact. Identify the women, find out in which areas they are in business, how to support them. Main thing is their finance and their marketing. For marketing, can we identify the companies who are in that district? What is that company wants? We have to work very closely with industry. Industry, if they can give even small things, some big factories around, if they give a nut or a bolt to some of the women, train them and give them, so they immediately have the buyback arrangement. Packing. I have my Mysore entrepreneur saying, why can't Asian Paints buy our corrugated boxes? I have to talk to Asian Paints. They give it, within 6 months it gets cancelled, this kind of a thing. So let us have a marketing business linkage to the women right at their doorstep. Can we do something like that? And I can assure you we can do it, because I worked 2 years in industries. And then I used to keep talking to industries whether locally we can do it. It's a great hard work. But since now we have this whole team of local representatives, of our members, of the FKCCI, Joint Director Industries, we have to take up the government and try to get them immediate market. Now the other thing is finances. Everybody, now Sidbi is here. We were having a discussion. When I interacted with the 25 women, they said, all of them said they have problem with bankers. We discussed with any entrepreneur, they say to scale up the business, the problem is with the banks. So now our Senior Vice President, Sri Prasad, has given me a suggestion. He says, can we talk to one bank and ask them whether they can fund all the women through their branches from that bank, say Canara Bank or State Bank of India. And the moment our women walk in, without any questions, their loans should be sanctioned. Because every webinar we conduct, we are a failure as far as banking is concerned. Now, our friend from Sidbi, I was interacting with me, or somebody else was sitting there, told me that when we interacted with these 25 women, 1 or 2 people, he said they had some problems with the bank, but their account showed negative balance. So if you are having a negative balance, or you don't have a proper bank balance, then go for a loan. It is difficult for the banks to also fund you. So you also should ensure that when you approach a bank and when you ask for funds, you should be properly, CIBIL rated and properly in a position that the bank doesn't find fault with it. You should have all your credentials right. Otherwise, we can't blame the bank. If you're on the right side, yeah, we can fight with the bank and we can try to get you what you want. So the last thing is working closely with the government. That is very, very important. See, together we stand. That is the word many of us use. I think together we can get the support from the government, from various, whatever I could see from the budget. Now KSFC, they said 4% loan they are going to give. But it's at service sector. Okay. When I talked to the finance secretary, she said for manufacturing sector, it's already there. Okay, so we don't have to add it. But people say that there is a shortage of budget. So within 3 months, the budget gets exhausted. And they're saying loan up to 2 crores. So if 5 people take 1 crore, then there is a budget is over. So we should ensure with the government, that would be our responsibility to see that there's sufficient budget throughout the year. 4% is given throughout the year. And then, as we said, the KIDB industrial lands, etc., which has to be given at a discount. When Other states are giving at a subsidized rates. Why can't women be given at a subsidized rate? And I'm always promoting that women who have 3 to 5 years successful business only should be given lands. We are not saying you can give it to X, Y, and Z. Women who are beginners, who are startups, they can be given space in a ready-built, flattened building, which Telangana has started, called We Hub. Telangana calls it We Hub. So we decided we'll call it Queens. Okay, Queens. K, Karnataka Women Entrepreneurs Enterprise Network. So we gave a proposal to CM that day when Jyoti went to the budget meeting, we call it Queens. We don't own land. We are not crazy to own land. In some places, let some ready-built space be built. Women can go and plug and play, start off. Like in the IT sector, they give small spaces. First, let them do in small spaces. If they grow, then they go for bigger places. So these kind of suggestions we are giving. ಈಗ CM ಅವರು budget ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ marketing ಬಗ್ಗೆ. But the marketing, they are saying self-help groups. If you read that, it says marketing for self-help groups. So we should say this marketing should be also given to other women entrepreneurs, and it should not be just self-help groups. So the budget announcements which have been made, how to tweak it to reach to the women entrepreneurs is the biggest challenge, and we should all work towards it. And I'm sure that with this kind of environment, the ecosystem which has emerged today, very interesting, I should say, very interesting development, because this is the 6th Women's Day that we are conducting. And every time we did a Women's Day, of course CM had come, but we would have only women and only women there. And now we have 50-50% or 60% women and 40% men here today, which is a wonderful development. And I think if we all work together, and the most important thing I think which we should all work towards is sensitizing our government officers and officials. I struggled even as an ACS industry to get support from my own officers. And I'm not blaming FKCCI, but if FKCCI goes and tells CM, ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಏಷ್ಯನ್ ಸಮ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, 5 ಕೋಟಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಅವರು FKCCIಗೆ 5 ಕೋಟಿ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಫೈಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ವಾವ್, ಸೋ ಮಚ್ ಮನಿ ಫಾರ್ FKCCI. ಸರ್, ನಾವೊಂದು ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ವಾವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಹಣ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಜೆಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಿ ಗೌರವ್ ಗುಪ್ತಾಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ, ಗುಂಜನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, we can give you 2-3 lakhs, we don't have budget. You go to JD, and they go to JD. JD say go to DD, DD go. Then I have to call, what rewind you can? Yes, ma'am, we are giving. And then 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs is sanctioned for a Women's Day, which we call the Chief Minister. And we do such a wonderful job with that 3 lakhs. And then, of course, we get some sponsors here and there who give 20,000, 30,000. And we do a wonderful program. And all our women entrepreneurs, somebody gives a bag, somebody gives a goodies, somebody does something. And we do such a wonderful program with a little amount which we get. So I think we need more empathy and sympathy, and sensitize our officers that we should be treated like anybody else. And I think the time has come. The way Chief Minister supported us, I think the time has come. One day I got a call from Rati saying that, ma'am, that DIC is doing a program, but they've given orders to Deshpande Foundation. Why not give to me? So I said, right, why not there's some women entrepreneurs meet, and she is a woman entrepreneur. She is doing some bags. Why not support her rather than giving to Deshpande Foundation? Then she calls me again and says, Deshpande Foundation has asked me to give the bags. I said, wonderful. So Deshpande buys a bag from Rati at 10 rupees and gives it to government at 15 rupees or whatever. That same thing, if she had got, she would have felt more happier that I have given it to a program rather than giving. So I think all our officers should think of encouraging these homemade entrepreneurs. Like yesterday, I had a visitor called Maitri. She brought some 5-6 products made by local women entrepreneurs. And she said we wanted to promote it. So women are making such new brands and everything. And I think some some circular from government to support these things would probably, make the whole environment rather than, having a budget. And at the end of the year, we see nothing much is come out of that budget. Instead of that, at the end of the year, everybody feels, yes, there has been something positive and something good that would be very good for us. And I think this has been a very, very good beginning. Thanks to FKCCI and Madan, this accelerator has really accelerated our growth. It's very good. And then we, put up in the WhatsApp group. We have a members WhatsApp group. A lot of things keep happening. Members ask issues, problems. Because of them, I learn what their problem is. And then we said, what shall we call this program? Already it was Get Set Grow. But today's program, what shall we? And some lot of suggestions came. And then Jyoti said, accelerating to new horizons. So that was Jyoti's creation. So we added that. So that way, we always learn from all of you. It's not that it's one way, it's two way. And with this, and I personally feel very, very passionate and very happy working with women entrepreneurs. Somebody asked me, why do you get this happiness working with them? I said, that is because there's so much energy in you and so much wonderful response from you that I feel I have to react. If somebody, doesn't respond, then you also don't get motivated to work. So whenever, I must tell you, the 5-6 years when we had this Women's Day, if they say CM is coming at 9:30, 9:15, all the women are seated. Maybe 5 or 10 women may be late, but everybody is on time. What happened? 9 o'clock. Sometimes they come at 9 o'clock. And one day when I was ACS, some other sector, they had their meeting on the industrial policy. And I said, look, I have a meeting, so I'll come at 11 or whatever time. And I went there, the hall was empty. He said, madam, wait, people will come in 1 hour. I said, I can't wait for 1 hour. So there is no discipline. You see our women entrepreneurs, so they're so disciplined. When I tell them a particular time, they come. I can't waste my time, I'm going. They says, no, wait. So see, that kind of enthusiasm we have, that is because we are deprived. We are looking at somebody to do something for us, and when somebody is doing, we all go running. And the others, they are so pampered, they say, okay, aram se, we can go anyway. Government is doing for us. Whether we go or not, government is there for us. Whereas they feel if we don't go, government will not do for us. So we need to, keep up this enthusiasm, their spirit. We need to rise up to their expectations. That's what I feel. Yeah, in all the programs. And every year, as I said, Women's Day clashes with the budget or the budget discussions or the assembly. And every time that CM's that fellow will call, Madam, 10 ನಿಮಿಷನೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, 5 ನಿಮಿಷನೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೇಗ ಮಾಡಿ, 5-10 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ 500 ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ we bring the CM. And when CM sees this thing, he'll say, wait, and then he'll attend the program. Today also the same thing happened. We kept getting calls, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But then he sat for this thing. And then we have people, I must share with you how much with the negative energy we work, that once or twice the house was full. CM's, we were in Taj, Ashoka. CM is ready to come, but our own bureaucrats, sir, ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಬಂದರು CM. And when he came in, and whole house was full, and he was shocked. He was saying, ಏನ್ರಿ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆಮೇಲೆ the more time ಆಯಿತು. I said, first of all, you made him to come half an hour late, and after he comes, you said we came on time. Then, of course, the CM said. So that much of negative energy, people we work, they want the programs of women to flop. They want it to flop. They don't want CM to go, ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಹೋಗಬೇಡಿ ಸರ್, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾರೋ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಏನಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. How much we get to know the people around CM will say, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಏನು ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. So we have to overcome this kind of a thing, and the exhibitions, everything. Today it's on a low profile. And the way the women take selfies with the chief ministers, they want photographs, everybody, there's so much of energy and color that they just can't go in that 5 minutes which his PAs keep saying. Facebook posted, is it? Ah, good, good. So thank you very much. And I think we have crossed the time, but doesn't matter. Once CM is gone, you know, this whole audience is for us, and we get very little. After 1 year, I think March 6th we met, and now we are meeting on March 10th. So after a year, thank you very much. COVID period, we tried to be together. We were, and I request all the associations to reach out to whatever we are saying to your members, please. Thank you very much.
No. Now you've proved why you are a force of nature and a force to reckon with. I think Prasad wants to make a comment. And Jyoti, or if you want to add anything to that.
I think listening to Madam, like Lakshmi, Saraswati and Parvati,
Correct.
they have been doing work, but they made ensure that Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara is kept happy. This time, Madam, when actually I'm not just because of virtue of my position here, we owe responsibility towards all of you that you should come up. This day, because I think Uma Reddy, all my colleagues in the managing committee, I can always say that, Madam, for 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, you don't waste your time to go to government. Please tap me, I'll arrange for the funds. You don't have to waste time. I think Uma also agrees with me, because the time for you to spend time, quality time to make everyone to grow. And I offer on behalf of chartered accountants, because many say banks are requested with Nirmala Sitharaman to defer the CIBIL score this year. Thereby, at least you can always have a good balance sheet. Second thing, Madam, I want on your behalf, announce jointly by FK, I'll convince my president, jointly with FKCCA, Game and Women too, we'll have a awards program for women entrepreneurs, and there'll be cash prize of 2 lakhs. So it's going to happen, and it's for you, time for you to grow and grow. Thank you.
No, absolutely. I think the accelerator Bangalore is completely being funded by Game itself, and we are committed. I think if the intent is there, money is not a problem, right? I don't think money is ever a constraint. Given that I can say it confidently, given that I'm sitting next to the chairman, Sidvi, DMD. But I think it is the intent that is very important, and it'll come. Yeah. Madam,
Yeah,
you want to
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Madam have spoken, I think, everything in detail. One thing I want to make it clear is I should thank Game. We were always in search of management development programs and search of empowering women to scale up in business. That is what the startup program, even the government has the startup promotion, and even our AWAC also does trains EDP programs throughout the year. But the management development program just now in a different shape, accelerating it to new horizons, is a different name coined together. Still it is a management development program, what we understand, to grow, scale up and empower entrepreneurs to reach to a greater heights and levels. With adding to this, I would request SIDBI. Now I am also the loanee of SIDBI in 2000, I should say, when Mr. Dharmaji was there. The 4% subsidy scheme, if that is also introduced to the national banks and the SIDBI can somehow, we don't know, it is a policy matter, I do understand. But still, if you can bring that to the women entrepreneurs under that category, 4% interest, nothing like it, sir. Earlier, there was a scheme for tough scheme for 9% interest, minus 5% subsidy, interest subsidy. We used to get at 4%. Now it is no more. That is only available for technology upgradation scheme. But if it is available for this inter-subsidy scheme in general, for all the entrepreneurs, including the service sector, because women represent more of service sector. So nothing like it. They can enable their business to run smoothly and reach to new greater heights also. That is one point. And also the nationalized banks, I don't know, they are there in the finance committee, RBI committee, should be represented in RBI committee, finance committee, in central board, so that this, our voice should reach through them to the board. That is my request. That is where. And also, as ma'am said, we don't have a clear picture of women entrepreneurs, not only in the state, in the country also. We don't have the exact figures. As rightly said, IAM take it forward. Everyone will trust on their survey reports and the figures also. We can confidently go ahead and form a few other cohorts and associations and strengthen the consortium on behalf of, with the support of IIMB. That is what I would like to share. And also we have proposed a 50% subsidy for KDB land for women in Karnataka in the pre-budget meeting. That somehow it comes through. We all, our women entrepreneurs will be benefited, as ma'am said, and our Uma Reddy has also been proposing that flatted factory system from years together. That has not been implemented still. So every year we have been proposing that. Through Awake and now through Ubuntu, every year we have been proposing, but it is not happening. Somewhere when we get together like this, if some points is raised in the, policy makers, that will add value, and the bigger representation and participation is expected to voice our requirement to the government. So alone Ubuntu cannot be there as voicing the our requirement. We want all associations support, and the points required also is needed. That is what, following this program, we were discussing to have one more brainstorming session, what the need should be there, what is the representation we need to make it to the government also, with regards to scheme and policies. Starting a business is very easy. To run and scale up is the challenge. That is where we all need to play a bigger role. Thank you so much, and I should thank Mr. Prasad also, such a wonderful support from FKCC and personally also. Thank you so much, sir.
So I think very valid points. We have very clear
Yeah,
action.
just before we wind up and give to Madan, this whole program, accelerator, it should motivate everybody, because this is just a launch of the program. Okay, 25 they have taken. Now these 25 will become the role model. They'll become leaders. They'll be ambassadors. They'll be mentors for the rest of you. When we come back to your districts, then, I would like all the Lakpatis to become Karodpatis, and all the Karodpatis to become multi-Karorapatis. And all of you should be coming in big cars and all that, for the event. And don't forget us at that time. Please don't.
No, the whole concept of a paid forward model is what should work, because if each of you grow from Lakpatis to Crorpatis, you will support the next Lakpatis to become the Crorpatis, right? It is the paid forward model. Exactly. Exactly. So let me, last but not the least, so you've seen a variety of programs at SIDBI at scale. Love to get your thoughts on what we can do specifically in Karnataka and how we can replicate that, and how do we dovetail it with the efforts that you're doing at SIDBI for a few minutes.
Thank you for this opportunity. In fact, after seeing both the women at full flow, it has been quite difficult to say furthermore than what has already been touched upon by them. In fact, the madam, she's talked about discipline. Actually, we need not overemphasize that in our daily events, whether we lead our normal lives or in business lives. Discipline is the prerequisite. And how do challenges are to be overcome by being together was the theme that we heard today. Yes, there are so many challenges that businesses undergo right from their inception down to their whatever stages of their business growth. How do we address these challenges? How much meaningful contributions can be made by various stakeholders? Now, the word stakeholders earlier used to be taken perhaps as the government, as some organizations, etc. But now that is changing. When we see organizations like UNTU, GAME coming up, these are the kind of entities that really provide the support to the women entrepreneurs in the country. I don't think that there are only one or two women organizations which are playing this part. There are many. And what requires is further integration, because we have spoken about multiplier effect, all those kind of things. And I'm glad when Mr. Madan told me that they have started in Punjab as well as Karnataka. I only wish, with the success that they are tasting here, they will extend it to other parts of the country, and no one will spare their efforts when women are the theme for their programs. Now, coming to the specific thing with regard to the interest subvention scheme for women entrepreneurs, definitely we will get it discussed at appropriate levels. In fact, I can share with you, yesterday there was a high level meeting at the Ministry of MSMEs, in which the scheme for funds for startups, etc., has been discussed. And I can share with you, there were women representatives at a very senior level to understand the implications of the scheme and how the scheme needs to be rolled out. The point I'm making here is all out efforts are being made by various stakeholders, including RBI, including financial organizations, banks, and other entities. What we need is complete coordination. Yes, actually, the issue of balance sheet, etc., has been touched upon. We need to understand that businesses also have certain thing called as bankability. Of course, there are people who will be able to bring and bridge the gap between the bank and the enterprises in understanding how a particular proposal is to be structured. And on this occasion today, I would also like to make a mention that, going by the discussions we had today, we will definitely look at formulating specific schemes for women entrepreneurs in the country. We will definitely look and we will take appropriate steps, because as far as SIDBI is concerned, we are a very key player in the entire financial ecosystem, because we coordinate with banks, we coordinate with technocrats, technical agencies. In fact, even the part of applying loan without reaching to the bank, without going to the bank physically, and through online platforms, is something which SIDBI has done in the past, and we are taking further steps to strengthen it, so that women need not come to the bank physically to process their loan applications and get the sanctions. So all these kind of measures will definitely be taken by SIDBI, and we will be partnering with GAME and similar institutions. Yeah, yeah. And FICCI also, not to omit that, but definitely we have already got associations at the state level. We will definitely take it forward, and I wish on this day all the success to the women entrepreneurs in the state of Karnataka.
Thank you so much. It's really heartening because SIDBI takes the leadership role in building women-friendly financial products, and GAME also has an access to finance task force, which is chaired by Ms. Anjali Dugal, the former chief secretary for DFS. So it'll be lovely to kind of co-create some of these products. I know we're at the end of the session, and it's been fascinating. This can go on for hours, but this is just a jhalak of what is possible. I want to end with a couple of things. One, really acknowledge the role and the leadership by the GAME team, which has worked tirelessly, who have worked tirelessly to make this happen. So Shantanu and Supriya, take a bow. Shantanu leads the Bangalore task force. Supriya is really the force behind the accelerator that we have in Bangalore. See, exactly. So Shantanu and Supriya, Fantastic efforts. I also want to recognize the stellar leadership provided by our CEO, M. Srinivas Rao. MSR, thank you so much. Uh, and my co-founder, Makin, always there. And we have the entire game team as well. Yes. Ha ha ha. No, I just wanted to. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Super. Thank you. And to all the wonderful folks at Game, they're all here. If you can just raise your hands. We have Guru, Kanchana, Mekin, Padma, Archita, and of course a lot of our online teams as well. So we'll come to that. So I'll end with one.
Now I would like to thank our all industry association presidents also. Now I should thank Mr. Prasad for his good support voluntarily. The moment
he saw Shantanu's gift, he said, "Where is my gift?" I said, "It's there, we'll do it."
not only that, the moment we said we need support, he volunteered himself.
This is for you and this is for your wife.
Yes. So he has not brought it.
For changing his mindset. We are very happy. Member of Ubuntu.
And also big support.
Great support. Lata Girish, our treasurer. Bouquet kodi. Normally all of them would have been on stage. Lata, come. You can give it to. Don't go, Uma. Come. Uma, you give to Lata. So the bags are from Udupi Power. The mask is from Devaki from Hubli. Where are your masks?
Gift hamper is from
Udupi Ruchi. Lalita Rao, Udupi Ruchi. She's given the gift hamper.
Without the support of our members, the founders and the members, the program would not be successful, and also the Ubuntu will not be successful. Ma'am always keep saying that because you are here, we are here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Now I would like request all the founders to be on the.
When they were not there. So Uma Reddy is already there. Lata Girish is our treasurer. Jyoti is the secretary. Sarvamangla Patil is from Gulbarga. Devaki is our joint secretary from Hubli. And Raji, who's my vice president, had taken a vaccine shot yesterday, though we told her not to. So she's not able to come. And Gayatri from Mysore hasn't come. Otherwise, all of them are here. We thank them. I would like to tell all the guests on the dais and all the other association presidents that all the founder members, including you, all the presidents, you've been working additionally to what you've been doing, your regular work. So we are all doing, in a way, voluntary work for the whole Ubuntu. And we enjoy it. We are not cribbing about it. So I thank everyone. Because if sometimes I call up in the morning and say, Lata, you have not paid this, you have not done. Oh, ma'am, I'm with my client. So for her, client is also important. Then she said, let me finish and then let me do the work. So that's how we all, I'm also busy with my own work, and everybody, all of them, they're Jyoti or anybody, not only the work, but also with their families. Each one has their own issues with the families, but all of us try and do something for the members. So I request all the member presidents, secretaries, treasurers who have come to take our message to your members. That's all we want. Thank you.
The mementos to founders.
The positive energy.
ಸಾಗವು ಕೆಲಸವು ಮುಂದೆ, ಮನಸಂದುದ್ದರೆ ಮಾರ್ಗವು ಉಂಟು, ಕೆಚ್ಚದೆ ಇರಬೇಕೆಂದು. Right? So let's go with all courage and let's make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madan. Thank you, ma'am. This entire event is incomplete if we don't include our experience in the entire session. So I now request Srimati Padmaja Rao to come on stage and share her entrepreneurial journey with us. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Srimati Padmaja Rao. I want to hear all of you cheer for her.
ಹಲೋ ಎವ್ರಿವನ್, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪದ್ಮಜ. ನನ್ನ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಹೆಸರು ಅರ್ಬನ್ ವುಡ್ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟು ಈ ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು 2019ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕರ್. ನಾನೊಂದು ಡಾಯ್ಶ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಮೈ ಪ್ಯಾಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಮೈ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹಿಯರ್. Initially, I wanted to know more about how this business runs and how this industry runs. So for that reason, I started closely working with few factories in Bangalore. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಗೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿನ, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಅಂತ 5 years ನಾನು ಫ್ರೀಲಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಾದಮೇಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ನನ್ನದೇ ಆದ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಐ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್, ಫ್ಯೂ ಅದರ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾನಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು KSFC. ಸೊ ಐ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ಡ್ KSFC ವಿತ್ ರೈಟ್ ಚಾನಲ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕು, ಹೇಗೆ ಲೋನ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಕೊಲ್ಯಾಟ್ರಲ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಲೀಗಲ್ ವೈಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಥರ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮಗೆ ಆನ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೋನಿನ ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರು, ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೆಷಿನರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದಾದಮೇಲಿಂದ ಈ ಜರ್ನಿ ಹಾಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಹಾಯ ಆಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಬರೀ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಹೌ ದ ಮೆಂಟರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಗೇಮ್ ಟೀಮ್, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಸುಪ್ರಿಯಾ, ಶಾಂತನು, ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ and other team members also. They gave us so much support and they always give us positive vibes in the when in the cohort also. So ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಮ್ಮಂಥವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಳಿಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಕೋಹರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಯಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಆಚೆ ಬಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿ, ನನ್ನ ಹಸ್ಬೆಂಡು, ನನ್ನ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ವರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಹಾಂ ಅಮ್ಮ ನೀನು ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಾ, ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇ ಓದ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಏನೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋಷ್ಟು ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ನ. ಬಟ್ ದೇ ರಿಯಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಟು ಗ್ರೋ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ಓವರ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೂ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟು. ಅದಿದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಅವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಅವಕಾಶನೇ ಇದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಥರ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರೋ ಗೇಮ್ ಟೀಮ್ಗೆ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಉಬುಂಟು ಟೀಮ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಒಂಥರ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾತಾಡೋ ರೀತಿ ಇರಬಹುದು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್.
Thank you, Padma, for sharing your story with us. For the next panel, I would like to invite Mrs. Purnima Shenoy on stage. She's the CEO at Hummingbird Advisors and has been a key advisor to the program. And I invite you to invite some more experience on stage to share their journey with you.
So this is what we have been waiting for, to hear the women of the acceleration program speak. So it's my privilege to be here today to moderate this session. So the first person I would like to call is Vasudha Bhogaraju or Bhogaraju Foods. Bharati Kamath of Carewell. Please come and take a seat. Ivy Manohara of Filmapia. And Anushka Jaisinghani of LJ Snackies. So we got a representative sample of the entrepreneurs in this group, and I hope they will speak and share their thoughts. So this is the very first cohort, and I think a lot depends on them. I'm not going to speak about the program or game. I think we have had a lot of it during the day. So let's get to the session immediately. So I would like each of them in the same order, starting with Vasudha, Ivy, Bharati, and Anushka, to introduce themselves, their company, and what they're doing. We'll keep it brief because I know we are running late and everybody is hungry for lunch.
Hello all. I'm Vasudha Mohan, and I'm the Managing Director of Bhogaraju Foods. I'm a second generation entrepreneur. Bhogaraju Foods is an outcome of the parent company Lakshmi Food Industries. I have my mother sitting there. She started the company, founded the company in 1984, and she's built the platform for me to come over here and talk about my journey. I know we are running short of time, so I'd just like to say that about my company, we have a stall outside called Bhogaraju's. Please come taste our products. We are a staple food company. I'd like to pass it on to the rest of them because I anyway have a stall. They have to talk about more of what they do. Each one of us here are into a lot of interesting stuff. So that's about me. I'd like to pass it on to Ivy now.
Thanks, Vasudha. Ivy, about you.
Thank you. My name is Ivy Manohara. I'm the founder director of Filmapia. We give locations for film shoots. So by film shoots, I mean feature films, TV serials, TV ads, digital films, or nowadays it's web series, photo shoots, marketing campaigns, basically anything that needs a location. We've been in the industry for about 4 years now. I'm basically from the corporate industry. I've been in the mining industry for close to 2 decades. Before I jumped, I made the bold decision to become an entrepreneur. So 4 years ago, I took this step and I founded this company. We are doing well, but now that we are poised for growth, we from the industry, we have a couple of weaknesses. One is since we're from the corporate, we don't have industry connections, and we don't know how to make profitable businesses. So now that I'm in game, I'm rest assured that I'm in the right ecosystem, and they will help me bridge these weaknesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy. Bharati, if you could introduce your company and speak about yourself.
My name is Bharti Kamath. I run a company called Carewell Facilities India Private Limited. I started this company 20 years ago to provide a solution for the corporates in Bangalore for having professional housekeeping services in the offices. Today, Carewell has evolved into a comprehensive upkeep and maintenance company. We are a service provider for various segments of industry. And there have been a lot of, today when I reflect on it, I see the challenges that I faced, and it has not deterred me from going any further. And I think I have come to the right place to scale up my business with game, and with the accelerator program, I have gained so much confidence that I feel that I will scale up much more. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Anushka, the co-founder of LJ Snackies. We specialize into manufacturing snacks and short eats made from home recipes and no added preservatives. After about 10 years of work experience in corporate HR, I wanted to do something on my own. So food being my passion and Sindhi by DNA, way back in 2010, our Sindhi cuisine snacks were not commonly available around in the market. Hence started the business model with small snack kiosks selling 4 to 5 items outside supermarkets and mall. Slowly from there, gradually ventured into corporate catering. And I can proudly say that by December 2019, we were the preferred corporate snack partners in Bangalore, catering to 10,000 employees on a daily basis, providing different snacks across all the 24 working days. I can proudly also say that we reached a target of employing 100 people in our company, and it was a proud moment for me, which I wanted to do, and also give flexible work options to working mothers. Seeing the potential of growth in snacks, in 2018, we set up a semi-automated unit run by women manufacturing snacks, 10 varieties of samosas for the B2B brand, And today I can say that these 10 women have the capacity to manufacture 10,000 snacks in one single day. We backed the contract of Hatti Kapi, Cloud Kitchens, Gopalan Cinemas, and few other cafes. So all I can say that I'm here. COVID taught us in many ways. With working from home scenario, our corporate catering came to a standstill, but still we didn't stop. We launched a new brand called Snack Me for B2C with the support of women around me. We ventured into manufacturing frozen snacks for the B2B segment, B2C segment, and parallelly contacted enterprising women in townships and apartment complex who helped me go direct to customers. So in 6 months, we reached 1,000 happy customers across Bangalore. I thank GAME for this opportunity, and I'm looking at growing this to a very strong company pan-India. Thank you.
So one of the things of the accelerator program has been that it does not focus on soft topics. It focuses on hard areas like finance, working capital, market outreach, customer acquisition, which are topics very few accelerators touch upon. So I'm going to ask our entrepreneurs a question on their finance. Our working capital is, or the lack of working capital is something that can often deter your growth. So how are you dealing with it? Maybe we'll start with Anushka, Ivy, Bharati, and Vasudha. Let's take it in this order.
So working capital is definitely a challenge for all of us, as already been mentioned earlier, because of the demand from the market to give long-term credit periods. So we do have banks and services. We know, we are aware of schemes that are there at 4% interest, etc. But we have a small request that the awareness of these schemes does not reach all the entrepreneurs, like ma'am said. And secondly, if we could have a support of a scheme for the working capital, which is based on credentials and not just collateral based. That would definitely strongly help all of us here to scale up our business.
Thank you. Ivy?
Yes, about finance, it is indeed a challenge. It doesn't come naturally. But yes, I do understand that it's the backbone of any business. At Filmapia, it's just my husband and I. We've started this business 4 years ago. And we're proud to say we're still bootstrapped. With no external funding and no borrowing of any kind. So in the past 4 years, we've given locations to about 130 film projects within Karnataka, across India, and in a few countries across the world. So our growth has been steady, but at some point of time, we have to realize that we now have to accelerate. That means we have to expand into newer horizons, bring in more products, more services. We have to expand our team. So at this stage, when we have to accelerate, our capital that was so far fueling our growth would just not be enough. So we did approach a couple of VCs outside. And the first thing that they told us is, what? A business in the film industry? No way. You guys are too risky for us. So even before we had a chance to convince that we are a profitable business, that's the expression we got. But however, I think once again, there's a lot of support that we require from GAME, from Ubuntu, from FKCCI on this front. And yes, without capital, growth is slow. Growth does happen, but it's just faster with it.
Okay. Bharati, you have been running a business for 2 decades. So have you had to do external borrowings, or how have you been managing your cash?
Yes, I have started this company over 20 years ago, and I must tell you, it has been a Herculean task to get finance. We've had faced to several stumbling blocks, not only in terms of finance. I would also like to mention here in terms of even acquiring new business when I started the business because of a gender discrimination. But it did not deter us, and we have moved forward. And what is required is, if finance is not there, it stifles the entire backbone of the business. And getting finance at the right time is the most important thing. When we don't get the funding at the right time, we are not able to scale up. Today, with having about 1,500 staff that we have, it's a very labor-intensive kind of a business that I run, and to manage 1,500 people, and if I have to scale it up to 3,000 people, I need funds. And most of the amount that we earn goes towards the employees. So it is a major problem that we are facing, and we are hoping that now I feel that I'm much more confident, because with having got into the accelerator program, I believe that GAME can bridge the gap between organizations like MSME or SIDBI and others like the public sector banks who could help us out. And as like my colleague just mentioned, if finance could be given without collaterals, it would go a long way in pushing the woman entrepreneur forward. Thank you.
Thanks, Bharati. Vasudha, you are into the food business, you're into manufacture, so your experience is different from the others.
Yes, so like I said, when my parents started in 1984, the organization is 36 years old, and they managed to run the enterprise successfully without taking loans, and it's been a bootstrap organization for all these years. But like Ivy very rightly mentioned, the minute you look at how can you take the business to the next level, what's really important is capital, and that's the toughest to get. So we have organizations that are helping us, but what's definitely required is how we can look at working capital more than just capital in the form of term loans that we can take for plant and machinery. Working capital is really important from a food industry point of view, also because we procure from the farmers directly and we don't get any credit system there. Okay, but when we get into the market, what's expected of us is to be able to give credit 45 days, 60 days. So rotation of funds for such a long time becomes an issue. And also considering that we have to procure seasonal produce throughout the year, funds get stuck up with not being able to give credit in the market. So in these kind of scenarios, working capital is extremely important for organizations. And of course, I've been lucky enough to be a part of the accelerator program, where I'm able to take support from the ecosystem to help me raise funds. But what's important, I'd like to actually take this opportunity to tell the other women entrepreneurs, don't think you're alone. Please reach out to programs like this, which will help you take things forward. Where I was not aware of a lot of people in the ecosystem, and I didn't know how I'm supposed to go forward. I actually reached out to Kasya. Slata Girish is here. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank her, because she is the one who told me about the KSFC scheme, the 4% scheme. I was shocked, because every banker I went to said 15%, 16%, 18%, and I was like, how will I pay these people? And that's when she told me these are the schemes. She actually introduced me to KSFC and told me how I can go about the whole thing. The response that I got from KSFC when I walked in through Kasya and previously when I had walked in as an individual was different. So please reach out to organizations. GAME is a platform which is bringing the entire ecosystem together. Okay, so I would urge each one of you over here to please reach out to us. Also find out from us how you can be a part of the program, the upcoming programs. And also, ma'am, if working capital also can be subsidized for women entrepreneurs, and if that support can be given along with the term loan that's already there, I think nothing can stop us. We can just accelerate and move forward and grow and show that, women can do it as well.
Very good. Thank you. So I'm going to ask them one more question, then maybe we'll take a couple of audience questions. So I want each of you, starting from Anushka, Bharati, Ivy, and Vasudha, to tell me, where do you see yourselves 3 years from now? What is your ambition? Short and sweet.
3 years from now, I see SnackMe having a completely fully automated samosa manufacturing company reaching pan-India with 50 plus women in our team.
Well, 3 years from now, I look forward to tripling my turnover and having 3,000 people. And I strongly believe that it is not impossible. Having been with accelerator program for the last 2 months. I think my dream, there is nothing that you can say is not possible. I think they make it possible, and we are now, right now, unstoppable.
3 years from now, I want to showcase Karnataka as a shooting destination for the rest of the world. And the Chief Minister, Mr. Yediyurappa, he has a vision to build a film city in the state. I want to be aligned to that vision. So with the beautiful locations of Karnataka and with the film city, which has world-class infrastructure, resources and facilities, the world will come to Karnataka.
I'd like Bhogarajus to be a household name. We are a staple food company, so each one of you on your platter need staple food like pickles. You need sambar powder. During the COVID times, especially when all restaurants were closed and women were the master chefs again, we were still able to keep going and supply because we have been in the staple food category. What's really amazing is that 98% of our workforce are women. We're a women enterprise. I'd like to continue that journey, and we have plans of expanding pan India. We're building a distribution model, and I'd like to build a distribution model of women. We know a lot of enterprising women who are taking a back seat, not knowing what to do. I'd like each one of you here to spread the word and also reach out to me so that we're able to build that distribution network of women, not just in the state but also across the country. And I'd like to reach out and make Bhograju Foods a household name. That's my vision. That's what I see for the next coming 3 years.
Thank you, everybody. We have time for two audience. We have time for two audience questions. If you want to address it to somebody, you may mention their name. Otherwise, feel free. Hi, yes, Mekin.
No, so congratulations to all of you and inspiring visions. But I want to nudge you. What help do you need from the ecosystem, or what might help your vision for 3 years come true in one? Right? So take 10 seconds. Think about, like, hey, what you imagined for happening in 3 years, how could that happen in one? Like, what help can we provide here so that this can happen faster?
Sure.
Any two of you can answer this.
Thank you so much. That will be great if I can do something that I want to do in 3 years in 1 year. The way I can see the entire ecosystem help me is because I already, so I was a part of this program last year as well. And Ubuntu Consortium had just people from Karnataka. Now I see there are people from other states also who have come over and participated in this program. Aligns with my vision of developing a network of women. So, this in itself shows me that I can reach out to multiple people through this program itself, through the Ubuntu Consortium itself. So possible that we can do what we plan to do in a year's time. Also, the fact that we are conducting these programs across the country help us build that network internally within the ecosystem itself. And the fact that a lot of people were on the panel before from various organizations, if we can get the kind of help that we need financially, number one, and also access to networks where we can collaborate with people, definitely I can see my vision coming through in a year, and I don't need 3 years for it.
Very good.
I strongly agree, and I feel collaborating is the mantra today. So with Game giving us the opportunity of accessing with Ubuntu, which has 22, and we wish, ma'am, that it becomes 100 plus soon, so that we already have a portal of where we can get things from, and our dream can move into reality very fast. So collaborate with each other and help each other grow, so we have more successful stories around. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? We'll take one more question because this question is between us and lunch.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask this question. Hi, everyone. So the question is, in the phase of a startup, I mean, we have already discussed capital requirements, but in a phase where your revenue will always be lower as compared to your expenses in the beginning, and you're looking to raise funding, how is that phase supposed to be managed? I mean, we've gone to investors, we've gone to a lot of variety of investors basically, and business has potential, and we've been told that there's a lot of potential in the business. But having said that, the biggest question banks ask us, you're a loss-making company, how can we even fund you? In that case, what is one supposed to do and raise capital? Of course, you have friends, family, and we've been told the MLM model of financing, but beyond a point, that doesn't give us the opportunity to scale up. So that's my question, while it has been addressed in parts, but I'd like to hear from you on that.
Srinivas Rao to answer the question. He's built companies, he's raised funding, he has a lot of knowledge and experience, so maybe you could guide her in this.
Thank you, Purnima. You put me in a spot, but I'll try. Okay. Yeah, so obviously, I think the way you can, obviously, the way, when you look at raising money from a bank, right, the bank is obviously keen on understanding whether you can service the loan, right? Which means can you repay the loan, etc. And which is why in some cases they'll insist on some hard collateral to back it, right? So in the event the loan, you can't service the loan, they have access or recourse to another source of getting their money back. Right? There are also now significant steps, and you'll see more of that happening soon, about cash flow based lending, etc., which will pan out over a bit of time. Now, from raising funding from other sources, right? So one is obviously friends, relatives, and well-wishers is one. The other is to go out and raise some form of investment from either an angel investor or from a venture capital fund, etc. Now, the way I look at it is that is possible, provided, first of all, you've thought through the idea, one. Second is, in most cases, people look at, one is idea, second is, can you scale it? Do you have the team to be able to do it? And how large is the market opportunity, right? Now, pretty much for everything which our wonderful entrepreneurs here do, right? People in healthcare, people in food, people in online ed, people in engineering, the market opportunity is unlimited. Right? And one more thing which I think we'll all recognize now is because of COVID, right? All of us have now been forced to become digital, right? So essentially, the market, the world is our market now. It's not just, just where we are operating, right? So I think if you have an idea, the idea you can demonstrate scale, you have some early wins, you put together a good team, right? And you learn to collaborate. Just to build on what Anushka said, you can get money, right? And the venture system, we have a large VC sitting here. Megan, you can stand up and this thing. The ideas are backed, right? It is no longer about do you have a proven track record, etc. But if you have a good idea, you have a good team, you have some early proof points of success, funding is available, and you have to be persistent. Right? One of the things I learned when I was raising money is for every 20 people you meet, maybe one person is willing to listen to you. So you have to be able to take those setbacks in your stride. If you believe in your idea, the money will come.
I was just wondering, can all the 25, I can call them startups or the beginners of the whole program, can they make 5 points saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are the 5 things I need to triple my business or whatever. And similarly, all the women entrepreneurs who have come here, can you also make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points? This is what I need to multiply my business. And then can we work towards that for each one of them? Then maybe then, instead of talking of, individual problems like banking, this and that, let's work and then make these 25 super successful women, and then how you tackle each issue. That can be translated to the next group when we do the other programs in the districts. Okay, that's one of my suggestions after hearing, because everyone comes up with some problem or the other. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, madam. So I thank the panelists. I think we have stuck to our timeline. Thank you, Anushka, Bharati, Ivy, Vasudha. Thank you, Supriya, Shantanu, MD, Mekin, and the game team. Good session, good day. Thank you.
Supriya, we would like to just take 30 seconds, and I request all the XBNs to stand and give a big thank you to the game team for the unconditional support we have received in the last 2 months and the unconditional support that they have promised to give us for the next years to come also. And if it's not for y'all, definitely we will not be able to make our dream into a successful reality. We thank you and we urge you to not take away your support from us now till the end. So thanks from all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been a fantastic day. So many insights, so many leaders on stage, and some really, really inspiring insights from all of you. This has been a personal privilege for me to be here, to be talking to you all. But importantly, it's been a personal privilege for me to be led by an incredibly compassionate and intelligent and such a forward-looking leader. May I now please request MSR to do the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Supriya. So I know I stand between you and lunch, but I just thought I wanted to take a minute to thank everyone involved who made this happen today. So first of all, Ratnapada ma'am, Jyoti ma'am, Mr. Prasad, Mr. Sundar, and of course our incredible entrepreneurs. Thank you for taking the time from your businesses to come here and spend time. Special word of thanks to the team, to the Chief Minister, Mr. Patil, and everybody else who was here. And of course, thank you to the team at GAME. So Shantanu, Supriya, Deepthi, and everyone else involved in making this happen. Again, I want to call out Purnima for spending so much time on this, along with the other members of the task force. So thank you, and look forward to Get Set Grow, and wish you all success. Thank you.
Thank you, MSR. May I request the game team to come on stage, please? And all the XBNs to come on stage, please. यार हमारा फोटो सेशन तो हुआ नहीं ना